how people at home portray China to be, and how I'm going to talk from my own experience, how I portrayed China to be as well before I came here, because it's extremely different. Look at this kid having a great time coming down this hill on his bike, because I actually thought about China as very, very different to what it actually is before I came here. And my dad had been coming here for about 10 years before I even came here, and he can talk for England, so he was chatting to me plenty of times about sort of what it's like, what you can find here and stuff like that. And even when I came, my mind was blown by what I was like seeing, you know, not just like you've got the obvious thing when it comes to like skyscrapers and technology and stuff like that, but I'm more talking about like the actual people on the ground. The people fascinated me, because before I came, I had a couple of stereotypes, and this is something that I think a lot of people do have in the West, because we get painted a very typical, or not typical, but a very certain picture of what China is to be like, because we are just, you know, gullible, and we listen to what the media tells us because we assume that everything's truthful, and it's really not. You really have to take everything on the media with a pinch of salt, because until you experience it yourself, you have you have no idea what it's actually like. And that's one very valuable lesson I've learned since I've moved here. So on the Western media, we hear a lot of stories about Chinese people, being, their human rights are being stripped away because, there's way more cameras or whatever it is. You've got to, scan your face every time you pay for something. You got Tencent and stuff, and the government are involved in these companies, and they can see where your data is, and, everyone's using the same apps, so everyone knows where you are, what you're paying for. And the Western media really paints it to be welcome to Century Park. I thought Chinese people were very serious and very, business driven, which they are, but I thought that was like taken away from the fun that they have in their life. And I just really didn't expect it to be, the people are so similar to what we're like in the West. People do their day-to-day things, they go shopping, they go out with their friends. The language is different and the culture is different. But when it comes to like personal, things, human beings, what we like to do, what we enjoy, everyone's exactly the same. And that was a real eye-opener for me. And I can't really explain why. I don't really know the reasons why, but I think it's just down to the way that the media portrays the different countries.